Well, so this is the second share. I did one from ARI, and I didn't know if I had an audience, so I didn't continue on. But I see that, in fact, I do. So I'm going to try to do a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I can do some every day and move along in the CHAIM. We actually bet a lot of water has unrecorded water has fallen under the bridge, so to speak, here. And as a result of that, well, let's go over and see where we're at. So we've been talking about the seven. This is called the Shavira, the seven Malachim who broke. There's a lot more to be said about it, but here's what we're going to enumerate. Hine heim min hadas lamata. Behem das. The first one is number one is das. Number two is chesed. Number three is gevurah. Number four is teferes. Number five is netzach. And hod, heim trei palgi gufa, they're considered to be two halves of the body. The gufa, heim hey, they represent the fifth one. Bisod is number 6, and malchus is number 7. Ki hanetzach hod nechshavim kol echad chetzi guf, because each one of them is considered to be like a half of a body. Bein sheneihem heim echad bilvad, but between them they make only one. Okay, now we're just going on the top because I want to try to familiarize myself with what we've been talking about. Badaki elu heim inyan hamalochem haniskarim b'pashas v'yishlach. So this is the inyan of these malochem, and you could see where it is. It's in Bereshis, Lamed Vav, Pasuk Lamed Aleph. Elu hamalochem, and there's a little bit quote over here. He says, "Asher malchu." Be'eretz Edom, v'secha v'chu pratam. So this is what they actually said. Belat ben ba'or hu, so the das is the secret of das. Das is the top of the middle line, contains all the energy. L'gevorcha datichu ki bilim hu bella. K'mayim b'chazal, like the rabbis say, v'hu beso the das, and that's where you see the das, the power of das, the feed energy. Eshecha o came hu shakol ba'umbas olam, so therefore you see that he's really balances, or was weighed against the other nations of the world. Kamosher be Israel Wales, and part of the Goyim, he was in the same relative place on the wrong side. Lefi Moshe Rabbeinu Rabbeinu Shalom Chuba Bechinas Das Elyon Da Abba Shebezer Anpen. Let's read the words again. He is the Bechina of the upper Das, of the parts of Abba. That's a part of Zer Anpen, of the 10 parts of the Zer Anpen. Wow. So it's going on. V'zecha b'inyan v'yodea Das Elyon, and this is the idea of Yodea, which is Lashon Das. The Das Elyon, and the Ember Bilam, which is said about Bilam. So this place, which he was talking about, maybe we could look at it again. This place that he was talking about, he says, Hu Bechinas Das Elyon, the Abba Shebezer Anpen. Now, reading backwards, is Zer Anpen, has Abba's Chochmah. And in the Chochmah are 10 spheros. And those 10 spheros, one of them is going to be Das. The Das of Abba, which is Elyon, and it's referring to the parts of the Zer Anpen. So this is the origin of this. Okay, so in other words, this is the power that Moshe Rabbeinu was able to access, and on the other side, on the side of the bad, is Bilam doing the same thing. V'zecha v'inyan v'yodea Das Elyon, and the Ember Bilam. Became min man she'am b'chazal. The rabbi says the apostle v'locha v'kam navi oder b'Rabbi Yisrael. So he said there was no greater navi in the Jewish people after Moshe Rabbeinu. Lo kam al b'chol b'umas olam kam, but in the umas olam the goyim there was. That's something else. Now he goes through the names of these kings. And he tells you their position in the string of the Nekudim. So Yoved, who Chesed is Chesed, ben Zarach. So who Bechinas Chesed HaNikra or Kanoida, which is called Chesed, is called Or. V'chushem hu Gevurah, Kihu Sod Chamesh Gevuros is the secret of the origin of the 5 Gevuros. But Osios Hashaz Choshim Heim Chamesh comes to the word 5. V'sofi Tevus Husham Me'eretz HaTemini Hu Mitz. Not sure what this is all about. Roshi Tevus Hema, and they are the Roshi Tevus of the word Chama, which means sun. V'hu Sod Pasuk, and it's also the secret of this Pasuk, Ki Matz Chalav Yotzech Chama, which is butter. So the Pasuk in Mishlei. Now let me see where I'm at here. So then it goes on. He said, "Besod Pasuk in Mishlei ki mitz chalav yotze chema ki mitzinim kasiv." So we see this written like this: Chazer aleph chema. So it's missing an aleph. Amar Meir came who be'iyuv. Also, you see this in Iyuv. Berachot haliche but this phrase. Beruchos halichi behema, bechem bechinas he gevuros, shehem dam v'nehafachim bebeten amalaya l'chalav, v'ma'osa chametz na'asach hachema l'chachilo es hatinu ansatinu. And I thought this was going to be easy, and it isn't. So this is Baruch at the Tikkun Elevator Kolel. We're going to continue on as we can, this Shar Nekudim Perek Daled. This is deep within the psyche of the Holy ARI. So we're talking about the time of the Shmira. And I just have to familiarize myself with it because I've been away from this for a while. But I see we got into a little more complicated section. He says, V'daki Eluhem Inyan HaMalachim and Niskarim B'Pashus V'Yishlach. So he tells us this where it is. We'll look up the pasuk, and he writes in regards to that pasuk. He said, "Ve'elu hamalachim asher malchu be'eretz Edom, who ruled in the land of Edom, Zelhu pratim, and these are their names." And we're going to go through this too. He said the first one is Bela ben Beor, who sod hadas. And I've already explained Ki Bilam hu Bela Kamai Mechazal. Who besod the das, this is the secret of das. Ashechab al kol al kain who shankle ba'umasa onan ka Moshe v'Yisrael, that he's really comparable, same level, but on the side of evil. The fi she Moshe Rabbeinu al b'shalom huba b'chinas das elyon the ava shebezeranpe. Now, look at this, and it says like this: in Zeranpin, there are 10 spheros there. One of those spheros is Abba Elyon, and in that Abba Elyon is also a das, one of the spheros. So it's that level of the das at a tremendously high place within Zeranpin that this flow is coming from. B'zecha v'inyan of the Yodea das Elyon, that he knew the das Elyon, he was connected at that level of closeness to the truth. And the Amba Babilam, which is said about him, what the rabbi said, all pasuk below Kom Navi Od, there was no other Navi of that like. Be Yisrael, that's what it's true, that's what the Medrash goes over there. Lo Kom Olam Kolim, but in amongst the Goyim, yes. That's a whole other story. Now here's where we're going to try to concentrate and try to hear what's going on. I look at the time. Okay, so I'll try to get a little bit of it. So he says, we'll read across the top then. B'yovev hu ha'chesed. V'zecha v'ben Zarach, that is, he's the son of what Zarach is like shining. Ki hu b'bechinas ha'chesed ha'nikro, or kenoida, which is called light. And then v'chusham hu gevura. Chusham ki hu sod chamesh gevuros. There are 5 gevuros. V'osios chusham are also the same letters as chamesh. So in the name chusham, you could see hidden within it is the number 5. V'sofei tevos. Now you take the end letters of chusham me'eretz hatemini, when it comes to the word mitz. Now mitz means squeezing. V'roshe tevos chema. So like squeezing out butter, that's what he's going to be. Lusach of a pasuk, and it's the secret of this pasuk. Now when the squeezing is an act of, is an act of gevura. So he says, who sod pasuk, ki mitz halav yotze chema, from the squeezing of milk, yotze chema, butter. Let me see where else we are here. So we see that ki metzino kasuv chaser. There's some chaser aleph, that the word chema is spelled. It should be chemo, like that, but instead it's spelled chema. So as Omer Meir ki kain hu be'iyuv, you can also see the same thing in Iyuv. I'm just trying to understand where I'm reading from. He says Omer Meir. I don't know who the mayor is he's talking about here. Kain be'iyuv, also you find this in pasuk in Iyuv, berchotz chalichi b'chema, chemo, but it's missing the aleph. So he said, where you're bathing my steps in butter or cream. Now, what the metaphor is, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out when we get to the tiv. And what is this cream, I guess he's talking about, which is squeezed out? They're the 5 gevuros. Now, that in this is the blood. That's a bit shame, dam. I guess I must have read it wrong. That they are the blood, the concept of the blood of menstruation, which changes itself in that when the woman becomes pregnant, it all becomes changed into chalav, into milk. Hamitz, that squeezing, that's a lahachil as a tinuk. That's exactly how this works. This is one of the examples, I guess, of where you see that the female aspect is gevura, because it's creative. That's what you need in order to create. You need gevura, make things, mold them. As a tinuk, of Ravasim v'Rabamashrecha hu netzach v'hod trei palge gufa. There are 2 halves of one body, so therefore Vasimla Mimashrecha. So all of those names really are unusual. V'shol marochovas anahar, and shol comes from the rochovas anahu, who yisod is yisod. Nahar means the bridge over the water, so to speak. V'sod mashal daticha, he explained this previously. Ki hi atara shal yisod habina. This is the tip. That's the malchus of the yisod. Imagine that the yisod is 10 spheros, and you're all over the very tip of it. So who atara shal yisod habina. Right? Which becomes broadened out and becomes the real riverway. So this name, which is Sho'ul, Mirachovas Anahar, from the broadened place of the river, Hu Moshe, that's Moshe. Ki Hu Sod HaYisod Shel Abba Kanoide, because he's the secret of the Yisod of Chochmah, which is Abba. Now, that's for next year, to really try to decipher this just a little bit deeper, this one here, and I have to work on it.